Good morning, my friends. Welcome back to another Trashcraft Tuesday. Today I'm going to make a journal cover. Well, that's what I'm hoping to do. And I have this envelope here, which I recently picked up from my favourite shop, if I can call it a shop, Creative Junk. So basically it's full of recycled items, things from businesses or individuals, leftover bits and pieces, offcuts of commercial products, all that sort of jazz. I'm just looking for what I'm doing because I'm too busy talking, not concentrating. And it's just awesome. So first off, I'm going to close this flap on the envelope. And I'm going to try something that I haven't tried before, and I think it will work. I don't see any reason why it won't. Oops. Closing it flat would be a good idea. Okay, now I was going to cover the inside in scrapbook paper until I realized that scrapbook paper is actually not large enough. So this is 12 by 12. Well, it's a scrap, so it's 12 inches this way. And if I put it right up against the edge, there's a black strip here. You might not be able to pick it up. So I'm putting it right against the edge of the envelope. It's too short. So I was like, oh, I can't do what I was going to do. So then I thought, well, why don't we just use with scraps of scrapbook paper to cover the envelope? So nothing too revolutionary so far. I'm just trying to get this tear strip off. It doesn't want to tear nicely for me. Perhaps if we fold it back the other way and give it a good crease there. So I've chosen out scraps of scrapbook paper, bits that I have left over from other projects, and I've gone for pinks and purples. When I was going through my stash, it was like, what have I got the most of? Because I want it to be eclectic, but I also don't want it to be, what's the word? Too many different colours, because my second stage of doing this is going to introduce different colours. So I want my scrapbook paper to kind of be in the same colour palette. And I'm going to go for geometrics on this. Now, do I need to do the inside first? And I think I'll make the plain side the inside. So yes, I'm going to do the inside first. So geometric, I'm talking squares and rectangles with straight edges, whether they're torn with the ruler or cut. And do I want to wrap them around? I think I will wrap them around. Yes, I will. So let's just glue this up. So scrapbook paper, glue stick, or whatever your choice of glue is. And then I've got a plan, because you know it's a cover, so it's going to get some wear and tear. And there's a potential for the scrapbook paper collage to lift. And oops, I've got a whole patch there that I did not get with the glue. I could only just see it in the light when I flipped it, and it was like there's a whole patch there that's got no glue. What was I saying? I feel like I'm unprepared this morning, and yet I've spent the last half hour getting prepared. I don't know what that's about. Weirdness. Yeah, what was I saying? Something about the next stage, maybe? I don't know. Anyway, we'll just, if it comes back to me, if I remember what I was saying, then I can fill you guys in. Oops. Crashing things. I think I was a little bit thrown, because my plan for this was like, well, that's not going to work, and I had to rethink, and I think that's why I'm just a little bit off. I'm also cold. I didn't light the fire this morning first thing, because it was like, oh, it's going to be a lovely day, and it's supposed to be okay, you know, 19 degrees, that's pretty good. but the problem is it's overcast, so there's no sunshine to get in to warm the house. And I got to 9 o'clock and it was like, yeah, no, I can't spend the day like this. I'm actually too cold. So I've lit the fire. It's been going for, I don't know, 40 minutes or so. And so I'm still in the process of warming up. So just tearing down this scrap into usable sections. Be good to get some things out of my scrap drawer. I have a drawer where I keep my scrapbook paper, so I've got organized into scrap 12 by 12 cardstock, 12 by 12 papers, 12 by 12 paper packs, so where it all coordinates. And then I've got I might just tear that bit off. Then the top drawer is for 12 by 12 scraps, where I've taken a 12 by 12 piece of paper, used some of it, and then the rest goes in the drawer. So it's like good chance to use up some pieces out of that drawer, so I can make more and put more in it. That's the way it goes, isn't it? So I'm going to basically line them up edge to edge rather than overlapping, because I have a plan for those joins. Probably that's what I was talking about, is my next stage after the collage will be I don't know how to describe it. I'll just have to do it. Right, I think I'll wait for that piece. Let's put some purple on. And it's probably not a good idea to glue on the envelope, because when I flip it over I'm getting glue onto my mat. So I need to stop that. So how's your week going so far, my friends? Or even just your day. How's your day going? You already know how mine's going. It's a bit all over the show at the moment. I might just put that right in the middle there, I think. I really need bigger glue pages for this, using bigger scraps. So remember, this is the inside that I'm collaging up at the moment, and I'm wrapping it around, so when I collage the outside of it, we're going to have nice edges that aren't white. That's my plan, and all the edges are going to be covered over. And by the time it's got the 2 layers of scrapbook paper on it, it's going to be nice and sturdy. Yep, let's put that one down there. So I do have a giveaway running at the moment. If you haven't caught up with that, I launched a giveaway video last Friday, and it closes this coming Friday at 3 p.m. New Zealand time. Very easy and simple to enter the giveaway. Just head along to the video. It's very short. It's like 8 minutes or something, so it's very short, very easy to enter, but you do need to enter on that video. So I will link it in the description box for you, so you can go there and hop into the drawer to win one of my Patreon mails, what I sent out for my patrons in August. Gosh, what I was thinking, what month was it? Yeah, August. So just a small giveaway, but a fun envelope of bits and pieces, and you'll get to see what's in it in that video. It is open worldwide. So yeah, hop along, check it out if you haven't already. Right, let's put that down there, and just a little bit of an overhang for the wraparound. I might have to grab out some more pieces of paper actually. I don't know if I've got enough to do both front and back. We shall see. Everything's getting so super sticky. I'm not particularly worried about the edges of the papers because what I've got planned will take care of any loose edges and make it, oh, paper's stuck there, make it durable for the lifespan of the journal. Well, that's what I'm hoping anyway. And if I end up with gaps in between my pieces of paper, that's okay too, because again, they will be taken care of in my next step. Now, hopefully that's down the spine. Yes, I think that's down the spine. Okay, a bit more of this purple over here. Maybe we'll just put that whole corner. That's looking pretty good fit to me. I'm starting to feel the warmth of that fire, which is nice. Just actually wondering about whether I just glue inside the pieces, since I've got something that's going to go over top of each join. It's probably not a bad idea. And then I'll have less mess, less stickiness around the place. I should have my collage phone book out to put these triangles that I'm cutting off into, but I haven't. I'm just sticking them to my glue pages. It's fine. I've got limited space, so I feel like I don't really want to add anything else to my desktop that I need to work around. So scrap busting, using trash or what other people have discarded. I could just go in and get a bit of tacky glue. I don't like the loose edges, even though I know they're going to end up secured. They just bug me. So yeah, maybe combination of glues is required. Okay, let's get rid of that torn edge. And this other edge is also a bit wonky. Have no idea if I'm tearing straight. So hopefully this is a easy project that people who are interested in journal covers could give a go, or you know, just anybody. But as part of the giveaway, one of the suggestions I have is journal cover ideas. It's come through a couple of times from different people, and it is an area, I didn't make that wide enough, but never mind. I struggle in myself. I often sit here for ages trying to think what to do for journal covers. So I think it's a good thing for me to do, is to focus on them. And hopefully they'll become less scary, less of a hindrance. Because sometimes I stop making journals. You know, I take ages to make a journal because I can't decide what I'm going to do for the cover. It's my head. I do myself a total disservice. So I might do a slight overlap there because I didn't make it the right size. And tear along the edge of the purple underneath. I should get this one the right size, hopefully. Can but try. I'm definitely enjoying the less stickiness of everything because I'm only gluing on the inside of the pieces of paper. Okay, a few little gaps there. This is fun. We haven't got a lot of purple in here. I just need to kind of make straight edges. This was part of a pack that I bought. That's not going to tear very easy, so I'm just going to cut it. Second-hand scrapbook paper that I bought off somebody, and it was already cut in a circle. It's like, well, I'm probably not going to use it as a circle, so kind of eyeballing here where I want to tear it. So yeah, I'm just going to straighten those edges. Seems a shame, like, because it's a beautifully cut circle. But if I'm not going to use it as a circle, then there's no real point just holding on to it. It'd be great if you're a scrapbooker for doing scrapbook layout, but it doesn't fit in my journals. So we had quite a quiet weekend. I do have to tell you my embarrassment though. My goodness, I was completely discombobulated. I probably talked about it a little bit in last week's video, our plans for the weekend. I'm not sure if I did or not. But we were heading to a birthday party. 12 o'clock on Saturday. And I made a pasta salad to take for the barbecue, and come 12 p.m, you know, midday, we rocked on around. It was just around the road, just around the corner from us basically, and it was like, there's no cars here and there's no signs of life in the house or outside. You know, for a barbecue you'd expect some things to be happening. And it was like, so I got on my phone and I checked, yes, it's at their place. We're at the right place. That's all good. And I shut my phone, and then I had a sudden thought, what about the other details? I had completely the wrong day. We were a week ahead. So we were sitting out the front going like, where's everybody? What's going on? And I had got the wrong day. And I can't blame anyone. It was completely all my fault. So we beat a hasty retreat. Not that anyone was home to actually see that we'd turned up a week early. And we had this huge big pasta salad, and we don't normally eat pasta. So we had some of it for tea, and then we had some of it for tea the last night, Sunday night, and then it's for lunch today. I think that'll be the end of it. I think yeah, I think that should be taken care of after lunch today. But it's like, what a goofball. I was all out of sync, really. Just gonna get this bit here that's not quite making me happy with its edges not glued down. Okay, we've got one corner on the inside. I think it's looking pretty cool. Do we want to put a bit more of that purple there? Yep. And I'm just going to leave it that shape because that curve is going to be covered over. So not worried. Oops, my glue stick's a bit smushy. Not worried about that curve there. Yeah, so it was like, oh my goodness. Just pay more attention, would you? Telling myself, you know, pay more attention. In fact, I'm going to be cutting that curve off anyway, as it happens. There we go. We've done the inside cover. Now we can do the outside. So I'm going to do a little bit more consideration on the outside of how I want it to look. Inside I wasn't too worried about it, but I do want to make sure I get something down the center of the spine. This is longer than my ruler pretty much, or longer than the markings on the ruler. How am I going to do that? So it is 12 3/4 inches, so I need to go 6 and something. So let's work this out. So 6 is there, and 3/4, so it's midway there. So as long as I get kind of that area covered on the spine, we're going to be fine for hitting the spine. So I don't actually need to work it out precisely. Right, I do have one full sheet of scrapbook paper here, and I'm thinking maybe I'll put that down the spine. So if we kind of use my pencil mark there, and I'll push it up out of the way so I've got room to tear. So I'm doing past my pencil mark just to make sure I'm well inside. Well inside, what am I talking about? That I'm covering this spine area nicely. No risk of missing the spine. So these ones I am not going to wrap. So now that that's other side's all covered, it's no longer sticky, which is good. Right, so stick it over that pencil mark. Okay. Do like this dotty paper, it's quite fun. It's definitely not been torn straight though, so I'm trying to line up the edges that's going to be straight. I'm knocking over my glue stick and getting it stuck on everything. A messy child today, very messy. Okay, it's not, or maybe this side's straight. Kind of. Okay. And I don't want the whole thing covered in the same paper, so let's just tear a piece off. If I can grab it, there we go. So just a bit of easy collaging to start with, but it's really the next step that I'm excited about and keen to see how it turns out. Well, yeah, nothing is straight there, but it will be fine. tiny little scraps. So I will have some non-gluey scraps that I can put in my collage phone book. Birdie is sideways, but I'm not worried about that at all. Do we want a bit of purple on the front? Let's again take that curve off. Gone quiet. Sorry. Thinking. Right, I've got some edges. I just need, or corners rather, that I'm starting to bug me. I just can't do it, even though they're going to be adhered with the top layer. I just can't leave them flapping in the breeze. Just feels messy to me to have them loose. And I think an extra layer of glue is not a bad thing. You know, adding glue is going to help strengthen the cover. So, just got to take a moment here. That's what makes me feel more comfortable. Thing, isn't it? Once you start, you see more and more. It's like, now I've got to do that, now I've got to do that, now that becomes obvious, and I've got to do that bit. Yep. Right, let's get back to this. Okay. Oh, yep, there's another corner I didn't get. So wonky. Wonky are us. This glue stick, I thought I'd run out on this one last week, but it's still going. I do have another one at the ready though, so not a problem if it does give up on us if we use it up in this process. Okay, we're almost done. We've just got this section now to fill in. Definitely need to put more of that purple in. Right, I think I'll just go about there. So yeah, so after my faux pas on Saturday, we just had a relaxing afternoon. We're currently working through the Harry Potter movies again because we've only seen them once. So, and we have cancelled our Neon subscription. It runs out on the 14th. So I says, how about we watch the movies before our subscription runs out? So we watched, which one did we watch? I think we were up to the 4th one on Saturday. And then Sunday we watched the next one, the Deathly Hallows Part 1. So I think we've only got one more to go. So we've got, you know, we'll get that done before our subscription ends. And then we can say we've watched them twice. So we did a lot of TV watching, just relaxing. You know, you all know, you know, if you're regulars around here, that life has just got super busy. And so a bit of downtime is needed by both of us. I'm going to do a vertical bit there. So yeah, our weekends tend to be quite quiet, and it's spring, so the grass is growing super quick. So hubby got the lawns mowed. Did he do the last of the lawns on Saturday morning maybe? I can't remember. I think he did. So he did some of them during the week, and then the weather turned and it rained, so he couldn't finish them off. And I think he may have done Saturday morning the last bit. So they're all looking very neat and tidy. But I can already see the growth since then. Like, just spring growth is amazing, isn't it? It's just like super quick. You blink and everything's back up knee high. Pretty much. Is that, it's not quite wide enough, but it might actually work. Or we could just do like a small section. Let's do a small section. Just in case what I'm going to do doesn't end up covering it. I don't want to end up with like oops and oops. So yeah, I haven't really got a lot to say from the weekend. It was just really quiet. At church though, I did have a surprise, and there's this lovely girl who helps my mum and stepfather out doing gardening and odd jobs around the house and everything. And she's very, very lovely, and I've met her several times. And super surprised to see her at my church on Sunday. And she was taking care of a family of children that come to our church because the mum was away at a conference. And I didn't know they knew each other. Like, I would never have guessed. And like, she came running up to me, gave me a big hug, and I was like, wow, I just did not expect to see her ever at my church. And it was just really, really lovely. So my husband had never met her, so I introduced them. And yeah, she's just such a bubbly, bright, beautiful young lady. So it was super nice to see her. Very fun. I love those fun surprises, you know, where it's like, wow, just out of the blue. It's got a bit of funky glue there that's bugging me. Sorry if I'm off camera while I fiddle with it. Yeah, so that was a nice surprise. And hubby had a whole bunch of t-shirts that were ex-stock from his work, promotional t-shirts that they wanted to get rid of. So he had those at church on Sunday, and most of them went. And then what was left over we gave to our neighbours to take to their church and give away what they could, what was left out. So yeah, that was fun too. My hubby did this funny sales pitch from the front of the church. You know, those like those infomercials where they hype everything up and say, you know, just in the next 5 minutes you can get not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 free with every you know, he was doing that sort of spiel. It was super funny. He's quite a ham sometimes, my hubby, when he gets in the mood. Made everybody laugh, which was always a good thing. Laughter is a great thing, isn't it? Right, I just need a strip along the top here. Probably should have thought a bit more about how I was composing this, but you know, it's fine. It's a collage. And it will be lovely however it turns out. Right, And then we can finally get to the next step that I've been promising. Now I am going to need to put this on a glue page because it's narrower than my glue stick. Right, and lid. Put the lid on that, put the lid on my tacky glue. You might not end up much of this paper actually showing at the end of the day, but if it does, it'll look pretty. Okay, so there we go. We have two sides, and either side could be the outside. It doesn't actually matter really. So I'm going to start on the outside. And just grabbing out, I'm going to use my faux washi for the next stage. You could use whatever you like. You could use packing tape. You could use actual washi tape, but definitely add glue to it. Don't rely on it without adding glue. Decorative packing tape, you know, sometimes you can get those tapes that are tougher but with patterns on. I don't have any of those. I'm going to use my faux washi tape, which is made with double-sided tape. So it's double-sided tape with a layer of magazine page or something similar. So it's quite thick, quite sturdy. I'm just going to have a wee sip of my coffee. Hazelnut latte this morning. And this is where it's going to be a little bit eclectic because I'm not going to be able to grab just pinks or purples. Sorry, I just gave the wee camera a wobble there. I'm going to just grab this one, and I think that's going to be lovely right down there. Now, do I want to wrap it around? No, I don't think I do, because it's going to look funny on the other side, I think. So I'm just going to cut it to size. And you're going to have the fun of watching me peel the backing off the tape. Isn't that going to be exciting? I'm trying to think if I got anything on this week coming up that I could talk about while I struggle here. Trying to think. Friday shopping day. So yes, I will be out on Friday. Had a wonderful day last Friday, which I haven't really talked about. Lydia from February and June and I had a day out together, and it was just wonderful. Just spending time with a good friend is amazing, isn't it? And it's been ages since we'd actually caught up in person. Long overdue, and it was just the best. Spent quite a bit of money, which is fine. Right, is that going to be wide enough for any, or long enough for anywhere? Yep, we can pop it there. So yeah, it was just so fun. I took Lydia to a number of places that she hadn't been before, which was super fun. I love introducing people to places that they haven't been. It's more fun than going to places that you do know, I think, when you get an opportunity to go somewhere new. So we went to Book Barn. We met at my mum's so that her car could be left secure. And then I'm just going to wipe my fingers because they're all black and yucky and gross. So we went to the Book Barn and we had a good amount of time there because it needs a good amount of time for fossicking and browsing. And then we went to the Emporium behind there and had a look through there. And then we went to the Reduce to Clear shop in Christchurch and had some lunch. And then what did we do next? Then we went to a series of 4 op shops. 3 are side by side and one's not far away from them. So we did all 4 and got some goodies there. I think we both picked up things at each of them. And then we went back and had a cuppa at Mum's. So just really, really fun. And just spending it, you know, regardless of what we were doing, hanging out with a very good friend was just wonderful. But we get on so well, as most of you will know. We're very good friends. We just hit it off. We have very similar interests and a lot in common. I hope you don't mind me talking about it. You like this, Lydia? Now that's not straight. Like that's like, ooh, I'm not worried. It's fine. Now that one, or we could put it on the side if it fits somewhere. I want to put it a bit there. Or I might put it up there, so I'm using a longer bit. And that edge isn't straight, so I'm going to flip it around. So this is what I'm doing. I'm plugging all those seams with decorative tape, essentially. This is handmade decorative tape, but whatever you want to use. And I think it's going to look cool, but we shall see. We'll see. The proof of the pudding will be in the eating, as they say. Right, now so far I've gone with ones that do kind of complement, but I know I'm not going to be able to stay in that colour vein. So I might as well hunt out some now before we get too far. Whoops, sorry, very narrow space. I am knocking the camera as I turn the pages on my file. Do apologise for the wobbles. Oh, that's pretty. And I can just take that straight down there. So probably that bit's a bit small to use anywhere, but I can keep hold of it for something else. Maybe to put in my personal journal, because I am back journaling every day. And it's wonderful. I am really, really happy to be back journaling. It feels good. Okay, let's go back to the other side that we started on. Now, I do think that's going to be too small for anywhere. I'm just grabbing random bits out of my bag here. Put that one there. So if I haven't convinced you about the benefits of making faux washi yet, then maybe this might help push you in that direction, because it is really fun. And I think it looks so pretty. That's too short for that side. Maybe we could put that bit down there. Just need to trim a bit off. Throw that little bit away. It's a little bit small to use somewhere. There we go. I have no idea how we're doing time-wise. I suppose I should do a check. Oh yeah, we're rocketing through the time, but that's okay. We've still got some. Now I'm thinking about something completely different. Do we want to use some green or blue? Green is here. I'm kind of trying not to hit the camera this time. I'm sorry, you won't be able to see everything here. Limited space. That bit's perfect size for there. I could have found some more magazine parts of magazines that would be in the right colours to do the whole colour thing, but I just didn't want to spend the time. Right, let's go back to this side. This is a fabric pattern from I think a dress catalogue. I find clothing can provide some really cool snippets for faux washi. I do apologise about the peeling of the tape though, it's a bit tedious. It's tedious for me, it's probably tedious for you to watch. But man, I'm loving the effect of it. I think it's looking super cool. That's not quite long enough for there. But I could do that if I cut off a little bit. So the tapes, faux tape, will overlap in places, and that's fine. It's all going to strengthen the overall piece. Okay, let's put some more green on, or this. Multicolour piece. It's got a bit of purple on it as well, and a little bit of peach, which kind of all works. I'm switching backwards and forwards from the front and the back, aren't I? That's okay. Oops, it's going there now because it stuck before I was ready. Fine, have it your way, tape. Right, is this going to fit? It's not going to fit there. So you're going to go here. Getting scraps, so they can all go in my collage phone book or in my journal, whichever one I feel like putting them in. Okay, I think something along here. Maybe another bit of green. How about some green grass? Oops, if I can grab it out. Look at that vibrant green grass. Fun. This is on a different double-sided tape. This one's a very good quality, more expensive one than most of these. Oops. Okay, so we've plugged all those edges. We've got this one here. Maybe go with a different colour. Some purple. Some with a bit of purple in. I'm wondering about doing the edges, but I don't know that I have pieces long enough. I don't think I have to do the whole edge. So I'm kind of pondering that as well. Whether it needs anything, whether I want to put anything. I could sew on some bias binding, would be one way, but I don't know. It may be fine as is. I'll just do all these edges, and this is why I wasn't too concerned about gluing down the edges of the collage pieces, because I had this in mind, knowing that the tape was going to secure everything down nicely. Except perhaps for these edges, if I don't do anything, then those need to be glued nicely. Okay, so I've done all the joins. Awesome. So still some to do here. I'm going to put that down there, I think. That's not cut straight. And by using my faux washi, then it gives me permission, not that I need it, but it encourages me to make even more because I love making it. It's so fun. It's a fun process and it feels really satisfying. Right, that in there. We want to use this bit would actually fit there. Or do we want to use something else? Bit of a dull green. Pop that in there. That wind's picked up outside, so my apologies if you can hear the chimney rattling. The nor'wester's picking up, which it was supposed to do today. That's part of why it's going to be mild temperatures, but just without the sun, it's really just doesn't warm up. Right, there's a purple in my stash here with green on it as well, and that might be really nice. This is out of a patchwork book. Another great source for patterns for washi, faux washi. I'm going to go down there. And I think this is the, oh no, we've still got this edge here. Need to trim a little bit off that, hopefully not too much. Oh, that'll do. Now I've got gunk on my scissors. So one thing about making faux washi is you have to clean your scissors quite regularly because cutting beside the tape gums them up quite quickly. Right, so one more spot. It's a shame that's not long enough. I would have liked to have used it there. We'll use this bit. I have not yet thought of an idea for using the backing strips off tape. Like these bits. Like, because it's shiny, it's slippery. Like, anybody got any ideas for using them? I have none. So they go in the bin because I just don't know how else I could use them. You know, you can't use everything, or can you? If anyone's used them for anything, I'd love to know. But sometimes you've just got to go, you know, it is rubbish. I can throw it out. It is not something I can use. And that's okay. Because otherwise our houses would all explode. Mine is close to doing so. Wonderfully so. Ah, we've still got an edge right down here. Okay, we're not done yet. But wait, there's more. All right, trying not to hit the camera. Oh, I like that. Yep. I might change my mind on what was the front and what was the, or what was the inside and what was the outside of the cover. I'm not sure which one I'll like better now. This one is like some sort of shaggy something, like a cushion or something. It's got a furry texture, and visually, not tactilely. but it's fun. Oh no, that's not the back, that's the paper. Okay, try a different corner. Okay, so all the joins done. Yes. Right, still undecided about the edge. I think I'm actually going to leave it. I will be putting book corners on the corners, so where there might be a little bit of the envelope exposed will be fine, because it will be end up covered by the book corners. Right, put the faux washi away, and let's try and fold this in half the best way possible. Bit nervous, you know, things can go a bit funky when you fold them, can't they? Line it up as squarely as possible, and it's quite thick. Just gently easing it into that fold. It's not looking too bad on the inside. Right, let's get a bone folder in there. Try and keep that square, and now it is cracking on that spine, and that's okay. We can deal with that. Yeah, well and truly cracked, and that's probably partly the type of scrapbook paper I used. Inside's actually folded really nicely. That's looking pretty good. So this outside, we could put some faux washi on the spine, probably add lace. I didn't bring any lace with me. Let's just have a wee look in my bin that's closest to me and see if there's anything long enough that might do the spine. I mean, that's probably long enough, but is it the colours that I want? Grab it out. No, that's not long enough. That is not long enough. This is mostly shorter pieces in here, so it's pretty limited. No, that's not the right type of lace. Okay. So it's this, or I go to my stash for something else. I mean, it's not bad. I do think I would want something under it though. So I do have some wider washies. I just need a piece that's long enough. And that wider. Don't know if I've got any. It's blue. How about this eclectic colour? Maybe this bit. This has got greens in it. Is it long enough? Yes, it is. Okay. Let's put that down the spine. I have no idea how we're going on time at this point. Oh, very sticky tape. Okay, and then this, I think it goes that way, over top of that. And I think that will work. Okay, so I'm just going to trim it about there. Grab my new fabric scissors that hubby bought me to celebrate 2,000 subscribers. They're not fabric scissors, I'm just keeping them as fabric scissors. Yeah. So let's glue that on. I'm going to use my fabric glue from Helmar, which is really good. I assume it's equivalent to the likes of Fabri-Tac. I think it's very similar. Oh, where do I want the glue? Basically where the tape is. Right, so that spine is now well reinforced between the layers of paper, the faux washi, the glue, and the lace. So I'm going to leave it like that now. I'm not going to fold it until it's dry. So that, my friends, is a idea for a cover. What do you think? Do you like this faux washi idea? Or whatever tape you've got. It doesn't need to be faux washi, but I love the faux washi. I just think it adds extra interest and an eclecticness to it, which is just fine by me. Thanks so much for joining me. I do apologize that we've gone slightly over time, but I just wanted to get that kind of to this stage. Have a great day, my friends, and I'll be back tomorrow with another video. I'll see you then. Bye for now.